Hi, this is Sergeant Beast Larson, coming to you from home. Little decorated room here, just 6 days after spine surgery. This video is a request from a subscriber to talk about inmate manipulation at home. Now, home is designed for us to feel safe. We create it to be that way. This wood furniture, we bought it about 8 years ago when we lived down in Georgia and I worked at Hays State Prison. Little angel right over here, a bear, my wife's favorite animal, a lamp. You know, we make our home, we want it to look pretty, feel safe. We've raised children, they've always had friends come over, feel safe at home. But let me tell you a little bit, and feel free to put some comments too about your experiences from your locations. Just how safe home really is when you're dealing with inmates. And for the civilian people that don't have an idea, I hope this kind of opens their eye a little bit. We do see pictures every now and then about an inmate being laying on the floor being beat or tied up, and 4 or 5 inmates, and it looks like a Photoshop fit picture, but we know that it's true. They do tie them up, they beat them, they rape them, make them look really bad and disgusting. And of course, their cell phones in prisons, because in corrections, and this is a different video topic, corrections do not control the prisons. So their cell phone calls, and these cell phones, they video chat, call the families and say, your son, I just say little Johnny Doe, your son, little Johnny, is going to be raped every night if you don't put $50 on our books. Here's our information. And they'll give information, and they expect family to put money on there weekly. To 1, to 2, to 3, 5, how many ever. We know that. That's kind of simple. Well, it goes a lot deeper than that. There's a lot more involved in that. These gangs, the people that do this, and I wanted to bring this subject up this week, you know. The news is not talking about P. Diddy. P. Diddy, I've said for many years, he's involved in sex trafficking. I've said some things to my wife and it's all coming out. She looked at me and she's like, they should have listened to you a long time ago. The signs have been there. Here's the thing. Here's what happens. It's not just the average person. Little Johnny's not just the average person. Maybe little Johnny has a sister that's sick. They always prey on the weakest because it makes them a gang person. It makes them feel stronger. They don't go find a big tough guy and try and manipulate him. They go find a weak guy. So maybe little Johnny's sister has illness, maybe leukemia, maybe some heart, some kidney problems. That's the family they want to exploit. Different reasons. Number one, obviously, if something like that's going on, there might be a GoFundMe page. There might be some GoFundMe income. They know that. Thanks to Facebook and things opening this up, extra money is available. Doctor's bills, insurance, medication. So they may know little Johnny's sister is sick. She's got a lot of medication. And then now they're trying to force little Johnny's mom, instead of providing medicine to the sick child, sell that medicine for these gang people. That's kind of the thinking how it is. It goes that far, that extreme. And then they'll tell him, hey, we're selling him. Not only are we going to rape him, we're going to sell him out. We're going to pimp him out here in the jail cell. And we all know your first day when you get in prison, not normally county jails, some county jails, bigger ones, Cook County, up Chicago, some places, you got to fight or get raped on your first day. Be ready for that. Y'all think that running around thieving and stealing and gang looting in the store is great. None of them friends with the hoodies on are there to protect you when you're butt naked laying on the ground with 10 dudes standing behind you, lined up. Your homies ain't around to help you then. And you're taking that abuse on your own. And I'll be careful with my wording here on TV. Manipulation at home. Maybe there's twins. Maybe there's a large family with little children. People with little children, yes, they receive benefits, SNAP programs, government program assistance, still difficult. So maybe little Johnny they find out in a conversation with him. Conversation means he's thrown against the wall and then punched about 20 times in the face. And he tells them that he's got a family, 4, 5, 6, brothers and sisters. They're like, hey, that's a good family to target. So they target that one because of the number. Now they're telling them, hey, they send a message home, little Johnny. Now, little Johnny this time might not have his pants on. Little Johnny might have a homemade sex toy next to him. So they're on this FaceTime video with little Johnny's mommy. And she sees little Johnny half naked with a sex toy about to be, you know what? And they're telling him, hey, you get all of this government money, you get this stuff. Now, you're going to put this money over here, you're going to do this. Or, and this happens, there's a car going to show up tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, a little red car. You're going to have $500 cash. He's going to come every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, and you're going to have $500 cash. Or we're going to do X, Y, and Z to little Johnny. So yes, it's not just calling and telling them to put money on the books. It's go to their home and collect the money. Why? Because now they see him at the home. And they see him at the home. Collecting money at the home front. So this peace and comfortable home that has furniture that looks like this. Because this is what you save your money and you buy. You want to have the nice things. Now the nice things are on the inside, but on the other side of that door is a gang collecting $500. And that $500 is going to go up. The collections are going to go up. The demands are going to go up. But now they're also going to be able to, when they come to the door, they're going to force their way in. Hey, we need a drink of water. We need to use your phone, ma'am. Now all of a sudden they go in the house and they see this. And they see, do they have nice furniture? Do they not have nice furniture? Do they have guns in the house? Do they have things sitting out in the house? What are the conditions of the kid? How old is the kid? Are the kids old enough to be trafficked themselves? See how quick and easy it is to groom and do this? Now you see on TV, everybody watch NYPD, Law and Order. They talk about grooming in the big white van and the panel van everybody hates. And the candy to the children. There's different ways to groom. You can groom by manipulation / force. Physical force. So this turns into money on the books to picking up, collecting at the house. Maybe it's a collection at Walmart that it goes and then it ends up at the house. But it's escalating. The steps, they keep going up and up and up and up and up and up. This request for this viewer, thank you for asking me to talk about this. But they do groom inmates, do manipulate and groom differently. Yeah, they can manipulate that mom really easy. Hey, you give us this money now, we need to have one of your children. We need them. They need to be an escort. And now mom's all of a sudden scared about this, scared about that. They show up, couple AK-47s. Gangs always have plenty of guns that are stolen. They buy them that are stolen. Plenty of guns. Use them, throw them away. They got plenty. Whole stash of them somewhere. So they can come in with the gun and it disappears and never gets seen again in case they get pulled over. No, I didn't see that. I don't have that gun. And the police check, there's no gun. So now all of a sudden they find out there's a 10, 11-year-old girl. Boy that can be primed for the gang. A girl that can be used by the gang. Passed around by the gang. Now little Johnny, what did little Johnny go to jail for? Maybe for stealing, for writing bad checks to help pay for, get money to help his mom support that. Maybe he got into the gang early himself. But little Johnny's a weak person, and that's why he was selected in prison by the gang. So because little Johnny's actions, first, number one, then because little Johnny's weak in prison, he gets manipulated, number two. So they pound him, physically pound him, sexually, abuse him, physically, sexually. We're up to 4. 4 steps already happened really quick. Now he's tied up, bleeding, half naked, with his sex toy on a video to little Johnny's mom. And then the phone calls, like I just said. This escalates this really quick. Now this family is at the mercy of the gang. Because now little Johnny's being prostituted at the prison and beat. And then money's taken from his mom. The kids, because he's got a large family now, or a disabled family, either one, handicapped family of some sort. Something falls under American Disability Acts. Makes him a higher target. Now this whole family gets worked. Guess what? We've talked for 10 minutes now. You know, the gangs, they do this all the time. Takes them about 3 minutes conversation to set this ball in rolling. Guess what happens after they get done spending 10 minutes whooping Johnny's butt in prison and setting this up as phone call? You know what they do next? They go on to the next one. They may do this 5 times in a week. So now all of a sudden, that week, say the first week of April, because this is in April 2024, first week of April, they've manipulated 5 inmates to get to their families in setting this up. Say $500 a piece. Because the price to keep little Johnny's virginity is high. 5 times $500, $2,500. So that's $2,500 they're collecting a week. That's 10 grand a week. That gang's doing pretty good. So whichever one of those gang members that's trying to work his way up in the ranks, 5 families in a week. But he's not going to sit back. He's not going to sit back. He's going to do that again next week. 5 more. Because you know what? There's 1,000 plus 2,000 people in there. Prison. So he's got plenty of people to work on and manipulate. He may manipulate 15, 20 a month. They don't take vacations in prison. A break from their criminal activity. It's an enterprise that doesn't stop. So you do the math. 20 a month, 12 months. They can manipulate 240 inmates. 10,000 a week. 52 weeks in a year. They can get $500,000 in money. And that's just the one gang member with the help of a couple of his subordinates underneath of him that he's teaching the way to build up. Now, I made a video before, why do people get arrested? One of the reasons why they get arrested, easier to manipulate. If they're outside, there's cameras, there's witnesses. You know, they do go store to store, collect the hush money, stuff like that, like you see on TV, that happens. But you know, it's easier to manipulate and get this money and this book money on the books, so they can have the clothes, the socks, the t-shirts, the underwear, fresh. Real toothpaste, real deodorant, real shampoo, not prison shampoo. You know, prison toothpaste, you can clean anything in this world and shine it up. It's that disgustingly, chemically hard. You think pouring Coke on a penny and cleaning up on a TV commercial is good? You should try some prison toothpaste. Here's an odd thing. The inmates, certain inmates, always have the whitest teeth in the world. You know why? Because they have plenty of manipulation money to buy the best toothpaste on the market from the store. Guess what? As a CERT member, former CERT member, we knew this stuff. When we would do inspections and things would happen in cell searches, in cell extractions, in cell fights, all the inmates, they want to put a little bit of oil all of them. You know, they put toothpaste on them. Yeah, act stupid. All your fancy toothpaste is going to get squirted all over you. You're going to have to wait to get some more. I'll leave that alone. But think about this. Think about life. Easier to manipulate and have criminal enterprise in a prison than on the outside in these days right now. So they get picked up intentionally on a small charge to get a couple years. They go in and do their work, their manipulation, get their money. The money comes in. Also, the money doesn't have to go to the books. People that picked it up, it gets deposited a bank account. So this inmate actually has a bank account in a fake name under a fake ID. When he gets out in 2 to 3 years, guess what? This fake ID and fake name now, he's got $100,000, $150,000, $200,000 in the bank cash, new ID, no identity. And along with that comes, and believe this or not, with this new identity And I've heard a man that's been 25 years in prison. He was working in a grocery store nearby in town and setting people up with new names and credit scores, 700 plus credit score with a fake name for a criminal that just came out for whatever charge. Here's a brand new life. So now this person can go buy a new car, buy a new house. He's got cash in there. He's got all these fake utility bills in this name. That's what these inmates do on the outside. They fake it. They take them, change the name, get them reprinted on fancy, expensive paper and printers. They show all the stuff to the bank. The bank man's like, yep, you got this, you're prepared. And the guy says, well, my cousin's been through this. He really helped me. He's good with finances. He's helped advise me on my work and saving and preparing to buy a house. And the bank guys, they get excited when people are prepared. He doesn't say, hey, any of you guys learn this stuff in prison? He's like, that's great. You got good financial advice. Yeah, this really happens from the outside in and from the inside out. Yeah, this manipulation thing goes really far. One last thing before I close. We're at 16 minutes. This manipulation goes a little bit farther than little Johnny being beaten, stuck in the corner. We had an officer being manipulated, had 8 children. And they kept telling him, you can't work enough overtime. You got to go home and help them kids and change them diapers. You need help with money. And they talked him in and they manipulated him until he was bringing thermoses full of meth, other stuff, other drugs, phones. A thermos full of meth the day that he got caught. He was a good officer, had a good heart. Intelligent, had common sense. Loved his wife, didn't want to lose his wife, didn't want to lose his kids. Got manipulated very easy, and he was a target. 8 kids. We don't talk about our family and kids in prison, do we? We never tell them we have a family, yes. Ask a question, tell them, hey, if I got to tell you, I got to kill you. It's an old expression. It's in all the movies. Say that to them 100 times, they get the idea. I'm not talking about family. I was older than the other officers. They knew I had a family. They knew I was married. I always wore my wedding ring. Now, don't go around my house. My wife will shoot you in a second. My kids will shoot you. I train with them. You know I'm crazy. I made my kids crazy. My family crazy, right? Yeah, they had the idea of that. So I didn't have a problem with them coming around the house and coming messing with my wife. I said, you got a problem? You got friends? I got friends. We'll do this right here on the floor. They do groom and they do manipulate. They do look for places. They do it for people on the outside. Young gang people want to get in. They're driving around. They're looking at Walmart, see people struggling. They see by financially. They see people, calculators, counting up their groceries and stuff. You know, kids, got 3-4 kids, their noses are running. Can't keep up with the kids in the store. They follow them, find out, and go where they live. Call the gang people. Hey, I found somebody here. Found a young person. Found a young girl. Got 4 kids at Walmart today, grocery shopping, struggling. Go up to pay. They know she's using her card and in her PIN number, watching corner of their eye, and all that stuff. And then they say, okay, your balance is this. You know, you owe $47 because SNAP benefits won't cover everything. Yep, then they call inside and they get instructions and then they go do it. Just like that. They hunt them right at the grocery store. At the store when they're buying clothes. That manipulation is unbelievable. Just like you're going to find out this P. Diddy investigation and how far it goes. They're talking about this abuse with Justin Bieber and other people. Sex trafficking, sexual harassment, rape. Drug dealing, gun dealing, internationally. Wait till you see how big this goes. Wait till the names fall. That's a topic for another video that's about to come. Are you all ready to handle those people? Mr. Beast, don't forget to like, subscribe, put some comments in there. Tell me on the video, what family home manipulation situations have you seen at your prison? What's been involving at your prison? Let us know. See you soon. And speedy recovery is on the way.